Gary's young internet usage. I don't know. See how I go. Hello, everybody. This is Jeremy Gard here. Just a couple of preliminary things to kind of get set up here. Number one, I was just telling my wife here that we're broadcasting and we're going to need a little bit of bandwidth here. For some reason, the internet in our little our neck of the woods here, it ain't so good. We've got ADSL2 plus here on the Gold Coast, which is kind of broadband, but it goes through the telephone lines, and it ain't cable. That's for sure. So that's what we've been used to. Anyway, look, technical issues aside, thanks very much for being here. I'm going to turn my camera in. Hang on. There we go. Hey, here we go. We're live. So thanks very much for being here. This is a very impromptu. My daughter's going to come on in and say hey, but she's naked. Get out of here. I'm on live on the internet. You can't be in here. Go on, get out.
I get
Jiggy Babu, quick. No. Come on. Can't be naked on the video. That's a close on. I think come back. The joys of family interruptions. It's fantastic. But anyway, my daughter's naked. We can't actually, you know, this is a G-rated show, guys, so we can't have her parading around with no clothes on. So this is a family event. Anyway, look, Sunday afternoon, guys. I've got a glass of wine. We're going to make this pretty kind of informal, pretty casual. Just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit and hopefully give you a little bit of value about blogging. We're going to talk about blogging today and about the 21-day blogging challenge that's coming up starting tomorrow. My wife and I are very excited about it. We love our blog. We love blogging. We love sharing content, sharing the things that we're interested in. And blogging is a great platform to do that. So that's what we're going to discuss today. Excuse me. Bit of vino for the Sunday afternoon. It's been a beautiful day here on the coast. I don't know if you're in Australia, if you're overseas. If you're watching this live, you probably are in Australia, and you're like us, enjoying a lovely weekend. We're having some beautiful weather up here on the coast. The surf's been awesome. We had some great surf this morning. We've been down the beach having a bit of a run along the beach and a bit of a walk, and I went in for a swim and had surf and came back. We did some P90X, as if you saw my earlier video. We did some P90X, and we're getting back into our fitness again in the summer here, and we're kind of want to finish off this 2015 on a high note. We want to sort of get fit again, get into our daily routine, which we've kind of lost a little bit along the way. For whatever reason, we've moved house, and it's been a bit of turmoil trying to get all our stuff together, and also been a few health issues along the way with my wife and that sort of thing, which I won't go into here. But we're getting back on track now. We want to really start 2016 off on a very positive and prosperous note. So blogging is our first point of call, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So make sure our blog, which is the central hub of our business, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more, but when you think about it, your blog is your gateway, or your personality, your PR machine, if nothing else. It's your real estate on the internet. And so it's very important that you get this right, and that you brand yourself in a certain way. Again, branding is one of those things. I still struggle with it. I'm still kind of working out what our brand is. And it's always kind of evolving a little bit, but it is one of those things that you have to be sort of consistent with it and communicate a consistent message. So look, getting off track a little bit, I do have a little bit of a presentation that I sort of put together at the last minute today, because this was a very impromptu kind of webinar. I just thought this morning I was thinking about this 21-day blogging challenge that's coming up starting tomorrow. And we do this every sort of 3 weeks. Every 21 days there's a new challenge that starts. I mean, so, you know, you can join in at any time. It's just good to actually join in with the bigger group that's actually rolling along at 21 days. And so you can sort of share your posts and share your experience and share your results with other people in the group. And it's a good way to sort of track yourself and keep motivated. Same as it is for like anything, like training, or if you're exercising, it's good to have a training buddy, for example. So you can meet people in the Facebook group and that sort of thing that actually help you and keep you motivated and keep you on track. So what I wanted to do, I'll run through this little presentation that I've got here very, very quickly. I'm not going to harp on about it too much. I'm just going to give you a bit of a high-level overview of how blogging works for us and how we do our blogs. Give you a couple of little tips here as well on how you can set up your blog and perhaps some resources that you might not have thought of. And also then perhaps give you an opportunity to join our 21-day blogging challenge group. It's free to join. There's no nothing that you have to buy. However, it is obviously the best way to do it is if you use the same system that we use, which is called the Kalatu blogging system. Kalatu is an internet system, blogging platform based on WordPress, and we're going to talk a little bit about what that is and how it all works, and I'll show you a bit of a sneak peek in the back office of Kalatu and how it all works if you haven't seen it before. So without further ado, let me just switch over to our my little presentation here. And I hope that I'll still be switching between live and the presentation as we go through. And I want to do a few screen shares and that sort of thing. And if you do have any questions, by the way, pop them in the comments below into the little chat that we've got going here. Oh, bit of noise in the background. Sorry, people cooking. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon here in the Gold Coast, where my wife thinks she's putting some dinner together there, and the baby's sort of running around crazy. So we've all had a pretty relaxed day, and you know, things are happening. So let me just see what we got here. Yeah, as I said, so if you want to have any questions, leave them in the comments below. There's also a little link in the bottom left-hand corner. As you're looking at your screen, it'll be in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And what it is if you click on that little link, it says click here to ask a question or something. Sorry, going out of focus there for a second. It's a little question box. You can ask a question. It won't appear in the chat. It will actually come through live on our system here, and we'll be able to answer those as well. Even if you are watching the replay of this, which I know a lot of people will be, because you know, it's probably like 2 o'clock in the morning over there in the US. It's 5, 6 o'clock here in the afternoon here in Australia, or in Sydney, or Brisbane, wherever you are, or Gold Coast. And depending on time zones, it's a really sort of awkward time zone. So I'm just doing this so you know, because I felt like doing it and putting it together, but you can watch the replay at any time. And if you are watching the replay, still feel free to add a comment below or ask a question, and I'll be monitoring that and be able to answer any questions that you might have. Alrighty, okay, that was my little... And hopefully we've got enough bandwidth here to get it through as well, because we do have a very strange internet connection here in the guardhouse, so we'll see how we go. All right, guys, let me switch over my screen here. We're going to cut to death by PowerPoint just for a little while, not for too long, hopefully. And let's see what we've got. All right, so hopefully you can see my screen there now. I've just shared my PowerPoint presentation with you guys. So hopefully you can see that, and you'll be able to see what your home-based business, home-based on the internet. My daughter's just joined us here this evening, or this afternoon. She's sitting in the background. You can't see her, but if you could just be quiet, Lily. Keep your voice down, not make too much noise, okay? All right, good girl, or otherwise you're gonna have to leave. All righty. So guys, as I said before, your blog is your home base. That's why I call this your home base on the internet. It's your kind of piece of real estate. It's your, I don't know how better to put it. It's where it's something that you own. It's something you can do anything you want. You can customize it to your heart's content. And it's really a way when somebody comes into your world, when they click on a link, for example, you're doing some advertising, or you've got a blog post and they come back to your blog, it's the first impression that they see of you. It's your I don't know, it's like your business card in a way. It's a way of sort of presenting yourself to the world. So it's very important that you, number one, stand out in the crowd. You make your blog actually like a professional looking site. You know, because first impressions do last, as you know. So you want to make your blog look really good. You want to make it look, well, as good as you can possibly can. Now, with the Kalatu system that we use, it's very easy to do that, because most of it's all set up already for you. There's banners already put in there. There's also a social media card, which I'll show you as well, which automatically links all your social media accounts to it, and these sorts of things. It's already sort of set up right out of the box, and all you do is click a few buttons and you're done. All you do is start blogging. However, you know, if you are using a sort of a standard WordPress website type of thing, and you've got WordPress installed, that's fine. Just make sure you've got the right plugins and you don't overcomplicate it. Number one, I've been guilty of that in the past. Make sure you sort of just make it simple and easy to read, and you know, and just make it sort of a good first impression on people. Now, what is a blog? It stands for weblog, obviously. This is basic stuff. I mean, a blog is just a website. It's nothing more than that. It's not overcomplicated. People get confused and all caught up in what blogging is all about, and you know, do I need a blog, and do I, you know, why do I need a blog? You know, I'm not a blogger. I'm not an IT person. I'm not a technically minded person. Why do I have to do a blog? Well, look, it's just a website. So you can make a blog look like a website. I actually build websites for professional clients in the financial services industry here in Australia. And I've got a couple of clients that they've seen my website and they've said, well, can you build us a website, you know, similar to yours? And I don't really want to tell them that it's just a WordPress blog, right? All I do is make some static pages, and they're happy with it. They're just a few different pages, like an About Us page, a contact page, all the standard stuff that you'd see on a normal website. But it's just a WordPress blog, and so it's a very fine line. It's a bit of a grey area between what a blog is and what a website is. It's pretty much the same thing in my opinion. But as I said, it's your little piece of real estate on the web, and what you want to try and do is attract people back to your house, your real estate. So when they come to your home, which on the web, then you have the ability to communicate with them in a certain way, and you have the ability to present to them and present your offer in a certain way to them as well. So there's a lot of stuff that's very, very flexible, and if you haven't got a blog already, then this hopefully this session will inspire you to get yourself a blog, and we can help you get that set up very, very easily for you using Kalatu, and it's a very inexpensive way to get started. So that's what a blog is. I'm not going to harp on it too long. You know, enough said about what is a blog. Now, why would you want to do a blog? As I said, your business needs a voice. You need a platform to share your ideas and passions and your expertise with the world, and that's what a blog really does. If you're passionate about something, if you have a hobby or an area of expertise that you think you want to get out there to the world, then a blogging platform or a blogging system is the ideal way to do it. All you do is writing articles. You're writing articles and posting them on your blog, and then that's the first step. The second step is obviously then sharing that blog post out there onto the wider web. Obviously, that's a very important step, because you know, writing a blog post in and of itself does nothing. You want to actually make sure you get people to see it. So you have to promote it a little bit, and I will talk a little bit about that as well, how we get the blog out there, the blog posts promoted, how you can actually share your blog posts with the world, and how you can get sort of targeted people coming back to your blog and seeing what you've got. But your blog also helps to build your brand and your authority in that niche, in the niche that you're working in. So if you're, for example, if your passion is, let's say, model airplane building, you love model airplanes, or you're one of those guys that sort of builds little tanks and they collect armies, and I used to do this as well. I mean, I've got to be honest, I'm talking from experience here. I've got a big collection of little figurines, right? And I used to play Dungeons and Dragons, and I used to build up my armies, and I used to you know, play war games with my friends, and we used to do that, and we loved sort of painting the figurines. There's a whole marketplace and a big niche out there about collecting little figurines and actually building up armies and playing certain games. And they're kind of an offline game, nothing to do with the internet, and it's a really social activity, and I really enjoy it. So that's one of my passions, one of my hobbies. And I have been thinking about it for a while now, about doing a blog about actually painting figures and painting little toy soldiers and building armies and that sort of thing. There's a lot of other blogs out there that are already doing this, but I thought about doing my own. But that's something, just as an example. It's a way for me to share my experience, my ideas, and perhaps the things that I'm doing to actually make my life easier. Now, when we're talking about blogging in a business sense, obviously you want to be able to put on your blog stuff that you're interested in, obviously, but you also want to kind of speak from your business's point of view. So your business is the whole purpose of your business is to obviously sell something, to generate a profit in some way. So you want to basically make your blog posts actually readable and usable by other people that are searching on the internet for solutions. So your blog posts are going to get listed in the search engines very, very easily, especially if you use Kalatu, because it has a built-in mechanism within it that allows you to actually what we call SEO, your post, search engine optimization, and optimize your posts really well for the search engine. And it makes it very, very simple to do that. So you want your blog post to be found, yes, but you also want to be speaking to a certain problem that exists perhaps in your niche. Now, in the world of figurine painting, for example, you might have you might be addressing a problem, let's say, of how to paint eyeballs on your figurines, like those little black dots, and how to get the point of your which brush should you be using to actually paint eyeballs? How do you get detail? How do you get the shadow effect in your blog, in your figurines? And this is sort of like an aspect of it that's talking about painting. And I'm just using this as a random example. Obviously, it has nothing to do with business. But if you're in the business of selling, say, toy soldiers, then this is a very important thing. But what I'm saying here is that you could then write a blog post about that and talk about your experience and the things that you do. And so for somebody out there that's searching for how do I get the shadow effect on my figurines and how do I make it look more real? How do I get the realism effect to make my figurines really stand out? Then they're going to find your blog post and hopefully you'll be able to address those concerns and they like what they're reading. Obviously, they're reading through your post. As they're reading, they're developing a relationship with that person. And you can apply this to any industry, any niche if you want. If you're talking about, let's say, I don't know, internet marketing. Let's use the big one, right? Making money on the internet. Well, you might address certain problems, like what are the problems? How do you get traffic? That's a big problem in the game. How do you get people to come to your landing pages? How do you make sales? How do you build a sales funnel? How do you build capture pages? How do you do all this stuff? And you could write blog posts just simply about those things. How you've done it yourself. How you actually set up your sales funnel. And so all these there's so many different topics, and for the amount of people that are out there on the planet, there's also a number of different topics that are out there as well. So everybody has a unique voice. That's what this is all about. Is that probably the main reason why you blog is because you have a unique experience, you have a unique skill that you can share with the world that other people would want to hear about. But you do need having a unique skill and having some expertise in a certain area doesn't mean you actually can communicate and actually market that skill in the right way. You do need to have a little platform, which is your blog. You do need to have a way of communicating and sharing that information with the world. And so that's where SEO comes in. That's where looking in, doing a bit of keyword research, for example, and finding out from Google what it is that you actually should be blogging about. What are the questions that people are answering? And what the questions are, what are the things that people are typing on Google that actually they're looking for solutions to their problems. So that's what you should be blogging about. So that's where you get your keywords from. Anyway, we'll talk about that a bit more. Your blog and your blog helps to build your brand. So as people are reading through, you're building a bit of an authority. They like what they're reading. They see you as a kind of an expert. Just the very fact that you've got something in print on the internet, on the World Wide Web, makes you an expert automatically in the reader's eyes. It means that you've done the research and you've actually taken the time to publish something. You're a publisher. It's almost like you've written a book and you've got that. You've ever read a book, right? You're reading a book or you're reading a newspaper article even. You kind of have that sense that the writer kind of should have done his research and he knows what he's talking about. And you kind of, in your mind, you give that person a little bit of authority. Excuse me 1 second. Out, please. Sorry, darling. I was a little bit rude to my daughter then. I apologize. She keeps coming in and opening and closing the door. So I'm a good father normally, but when I'm running a webinar, come on, you gotta stop this and nip it in the bud. I don't mean to be rude to my daughter, but she keeps moving and interrupting things. So guys, that's how we run it. That's how we roll here. She needs to learn. Now, when should you blog? Now, there's different opinions on this. I'm going to tell you that you should be blogging every day, or if you can, twice a day. I actually went through a period where I was blogging twice a day, and I used like a 90-day challenge. I used to work in 90-day cycles, and I still do, where that's 180 different blog posts over a 90-day period. But at least blogging once a day. And you can do it very, very simply. It doesn't need to be like a marathon, a big essay every single day of 2,000 words. All we're talking about is a 500 or 600 word blog post, perhaps with a video. And we're going to talk about that in a moment, about video blogging. But by publishing new content on your blog on a regular basis, daily if possible, then it keeps your blog fresh and current to your readers. And Google actually really likes to see your website, your domain, if you've got your domain listed there on your blog, updated on a regular basis. So when those Google's crawlers, those little spiders, come through and they look at your website, they're going to check if there's any new content there. And they're going to try and look at that content and see if they can list it and work it out and that sort of thing. That's why you want to do SEO, to make sure that those spiders can understand where they should be listing it in the search engines. But if they get the sense that your blog is published on updated on a regular basis, you're going to get more authority in Google's eyes. I don't know how they do it. It's just one of those things. If you look at Google caffeine, go and search for Google caffeine. There's some quotes, there's some interesting articles on the Google blog, which I was looking at today, basically saying searchers want to find the latest relevant content and publishers expect to be found the instant they publish. So what they're saying is people want updated content all the time. They don't want to read, if they come to your blog and they read a really great article and they see the date on your blog is like 12 months ago, and that's the last blog post that you've written, I'm sure you've had this experience before yourself. What's the first impression that you get? Oh, obviously this person's doing other things. He's not very serious about his blog. He's not active. It's very highly likely that he's going to be very responsive to if I ask a question or do anything. So what I'm saying is, make sure you keep your content current. You're always refreshing it at least every other day. Now, in this 21-day blogging challenge, as we're going to be talking about, you are encouraged to blog every single day, at least one post a day for 21 days. And the reason it's 21 days is over a 21-day period, you form a new habit. And that habit will then last, hopefully, going into the future. You don't want to stop after 21 days. You want to keep on going. But those 21 days will really start to entrench that habit of actually doing a little blog post every day. It doesn't take very long, guys. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece of literary writing. You just basically, there is my procedure is that I record a little video, and I'm going to be doing video blogging every single day over the next 21 days. Record a quick video, and then kind of put that video into some sort of text content. You don't have to transcribe it word for word, but you just sort of summarize the main points of the video, and you put that into text. And the reason is you want text on your blog post because Google can't yet read keywords within a video yet. I'm sure they'll get there one day, but you want to list it into Google, so you make sure you've got some text. You can't just have a video and that's it on your blog post and then publish your blog post with just a video. You want to have text underneath it summarizing the main points and using those keywords that we talked about, having the keywords within the content. And so you want to make sure that you do both. So you make the video, then you write the blog post about the video. It doesn't take very long, 15, 20 minutes. You want to do what I call speed blogging. Just write it down, get it out there, and especially with the Kalatu plugin, the 21-day blogging challenge plugin, it actually prompts you for content every day. And all it does is you just answer the questions, and it builds the blog post for you. It's very, very simple. Now, a great resource that you can use for SEO search rankings, excuse me a sec, because we want our ranking, our blog post to be found in Google. But Google's always changing the algorithms, aren't they? They're always, updating their algorithm to new ways, which is a good thing for us, because as internet marketers, we want the most relevant and the most valuable content to be listed in the search engine. And it gets rid of the spammers out there, people just who write or put out content on the internet just to rank in the search engines. And obviously, that's not going to. Google wants to see good value being provided by good quality content where it's providing solutions to certain problems, because that's the only reason, or one of the main reasons, people go to Google and put their little keywords into a search engine in the first place. They want to find out the answer to their problem. And if you are the main person that solves that problem with a good blog post, well, they're going to come to they're going to be listed higher in the search engine. So don't spend too much time on this. There's 205 actual ranking factors on this particular article that I've given you the link there for, backlinko.com/Google ranking factors. So go ahead and look at that. But, if you can just look at a few of them, you don't have to do every single 200 of these different points. You don't have to make sure every single point's taken care of. I would just suggest you get a good keyword for the post, and you make sure you include that keyword in the title and in the first paragraph of your blog post. If you can, sprinkle the keyword once or twice throughout the blog post, and then finish up with it at the end as well, and perhaps the last paragraph. And also, you want to have a call to action. And don't be spammy about it. Don't put heaps of links in the back in the blog post. You don't need to have links in there unless they're relevant to the content that you're posting. Google looks at the links and they'll follow them. They'll see where they go. If it goes to an offer, some sort of sales page or a landing page, it's going to de-rank your posting. It's going to be a negative factor against you. So don't be spammy about it. Just your blog post should be just talking about the topic that you're talking about. Don't turn it into a sales pitch. Don't turn it into like a sales letter. You can have a call to action at the end. If you've written a good value post, you've given some value, you've shared your experience, you've given some good tips and knowledge, you do have the right to put a call to action in at the end. And there's a certain way of doing that. If you take part in our 21-day blogging challenge, you're going to learn more about it from the other bloggers in the group, obviously. But I'm also going to be running some other training on how to do a good call to action. There's also heaps of training videos in the back office of Kalatu, how to actually do a call to action and all these sorts of things. And we're going to cut over. I'll show you how that looks in a moment. And we're running out of time, so I'm going to keep moving forward. Now, the way to keep track of your blog, it's very important, obviously, if you're sharing content out the way, you do need a way to track it. And the purpose of sharing content is to get people to come and view it and hopefully share it around. I mean, that's the holy grail of blogging. Is if you write a blog post and people look at it and view it and they like it, that they actually go out and share it. They share it on Facebook, they share it on Twitter or LinkedIn or somewhere. But not every piece of content that you write is going to be share worthy. You do need to, there are some certain ways to do that, which again you'll learn more about in the 21-day blogging challenge. You want to make your blog post topical, make it something of interest to people, and make it, there's different ways of doing that. So have a look around on Facebook, the stuff that people are sharing, the stuff that gets the biggest shares. Usually it's sort of videos, definitely video, absolutely definitely video. Something that's unique and interesting, not just a boring old piece of rehashed content that everybody else has seen. Then that's not shareable. It has to be something unique and something of interest to a large audience. So, but you do need a way to see how your blog is performing. Now, there's a great site called beakit.com, which you can head on over to and have a look at, and I won't sort of go into it too much here. I'm not going to share my screen, but there's a good way of tracking your individual blog posts. The main one that a lot of people use is Google Analytics. And Google Analytics plugs straight into your Kalatu blog, or if you're using WordPress, that's fine as well. All you do is find a plugin that allows you to put your Google Analytics code into your WordPress blog, and it'll track your views. And Google Analytics is good, however, it doesn't, from what I can understand, it doesn't track individual posts. And that's really what I want to see. So when I publish a blog post, I want to see how that individual post is performing, where it's been shared, how many likes and how many sort of shares it's received, how many people have clicked on a link within the post, all that sort of breakdown information. So, at the end of the day, I said before that a blog post is not really like a sales letter. We don't need to track everything, but we do want to see how many people have actually viewed it. And it's a way of also competing with myself. When I write a blog post, and the last blog post I did got like, let's say 1,000 views over a period of time, then I want to make sure I beat that. I want to get 2,000 views on the next one. So what can I do to make it better? What can I do to improve it? How can I get it more share worthy? So that's a good way to do it. Beakit.com has a free service, so you can use that. They do have a premium service as well. So check that out, Beakit.com. And that does allow you to actually track your individual posts along the way. And it's very, very simple to set up. And hopefully you can sort of start to use that. Now, the 21-day blogging challenge, let's get into a little bit of that. What's this all about? Now, I did write a blog post recently, as I said, because we use Kalatu, the Kalatu blogging system, which is a product from Empower Network. And Empower Network is a kind of a system that sells products and personal development products, as well as the Kalatu system, designed for small to medium-sized businesses to get themselves on the internet and brand themselves, as well as there's a lucrative affiliate program accompanied with it. And I'm sure if you're on my list and you're watching this video, you know that I'm involved in Empower Network and Kalatu. So it's designed to be used with the Kalatu blogging system. However, you don't need to join. You don't need a Kalatu system to join the challenge. You can just go ahead and join our Facebook group and post your daily links to your blog posts every day. Now, on the left-hand side of this page, or the right-hand side, if you're looking at it from your point of view, left-hand side of this video, I think it is, or the right side, you'll see a little link there that says to join the 21-day blogging challenge Facebook group. you can go ahead and join that. It's a closed group, so you can. I think you can request to join it. However, if you do have trouble, just hit me up on Facebook or leave a comment here on the video, and I'll just invite you in, and we'll get you into the Facebook group if you want to take part in the actual challenge. The best way to get involved in it is to actually go to the banner that I've posted there, the 21-day blogging challenge banner, how to monetize your blog, and there's actually an opt-in page there. So you can opt into our list, and actually I'll then input you automatically into our Facebook group, and you can follow along with the blog, the blogging challenge. And there's a lot of sort of status that goes along with it. Part of the group, you get called out if you make you reach the end of the challenge, and you've done every single blog post every day, and you've shared them on the group, and people notice these things, and you get a bit of a name for yourself, and you get a bit of notoriety. It's really quite good. But the biggest benefit is that you will just you'll form a new habit, and you actually become much better at what you're doing, much better at sharing your voice, much better at communicating through a blogging system. So that's the biggest benefit of the 21-day blogging challenge. Now let me show you what I'll go over actually to the where should we go now? Let's click on over to 21-day blogging challenge. Let's just quickly show you what that looks like, just so you can see what the page looks like. But you can see here that people have been posting their blog posts, that sort of thing. What we try to do is just keep scrolling down here. Every single day, it's an open group. People can post anything they want. There obviously is a moderator here moderating things. This guy's blogging about Star Wars, for example. Oh, it's a negative one about Star Wars. I don't like that. I'm a big Star Wars fan. I don't read that. Anyway, let me just scroll down once again. Here we go. Michelle Schaefer, she's adding photos in, but you'll see posts like this where it says day 1, day 2, day 3 of the challenge. And what you can do is actually post. You go into the comments and you post the link to your particular blog post on that day. And it's a great way for getting other people to like your post, to share it around as well, make comments on your post. And we encourage you to also look at other people's blog posts so you can learn how they're blogging and make a comment on their blog and put a link back to your blog, for example, as well. That gives you a little bit more link juice, backlinking, another strategy. So the group's a really good way to actually just sort of get involved in the community of blogging and actually learning some new tips and strategies of how to actually set up your blog and how to do different things. And it's a great way to actually just get into that new habit, like I said before, just to get that habit going. And we're leading now into the end of the year, into Christmas and New Year's. The next challenge begins, as it says there, on December 7th, which is tomorrow, and that will take us right through to the end of the month. And let's finish this year on a high, get through the 21-day blogging challenge, and you'll feel really good about yourself that you've got 21 new blog posts out there. Hopefully within this as well, as you can see here, they're actually encouraging people to do vlogging, VLOG, that's a video blog, to get comfortable in front of the camera and actually post a video of yourself every day. So you make a quick video using your smartphone or your iPhone, whatever you've got, load it up to YouTube, post the link on YouTube onto your blog. And Kalatu, again, makes that very, very simple to do. All you do is paste the link of don't do embed codes or anything like that. You just paste the link straight into your blog post, and there it is. So that's the 21-day blogging challenge. Again, I'm not going to harp on about it. Let's do this together. If you're part of our group here, part of our personal team, and you can see there's 7,236 members now. I didn't even realize that. Actually, quite a lot of members. So it's a very popular thing, this blogging. So get involved in the 21-day challenge, because it's a really great way to actually get your skills up very, very quickly. And even if you suck at writing, even if you suck on video, that's fine as well, because you'll get better. Over 21 days, if you do 21 videos, you can imagine by the 21st video, you're pretty good at doing videos. And they don't need to make sense. You just talk about your experiences, talk about what you want to talk about, and just find a keyword that relates to that topic. So you don't have to make everything specifically keyworded, but you know, if you've got an idea for a blog post, then make your video and then find a keyword that kind of relates to it and write the blog post about that keyword. But the video, you can talk about anything you want. Just make sure you put that keyword in YouTube as well and keyword that one. Now, the next thing I want to show you quickly, let's just have a quick look at Collage, just so you can see what it looks like from the back end. Now, we've got a blog here. I've got a couple of different blogs. I've got my wealthcircles.com blog, and we've got another blog, because you do actually get 10 blogs with Collage Premium. This is a blogging, there's 2 different levels in Collage. There's Collage Basic and there's Collage Premium. Collage Premium, you actually get 10 blogs. I haven't used them all yet. I've got about 5 of them, I think. And you can have, some of them will just be like a landing page. Some of them might just be mini sites. Some of them might be your personal blog. Some of them might be a business blog. You can have as many as you want. It doesn't matter. But what we've got is another website called lisaandjeremy.com. Oh, I need to update that little logo there because it's on a white background. But if you go to our website, which is lisaandjeremy.com, and you click on this My 21-Day Blogging Challenge link here, it'll take you to a page where you can actually, it'll be a similar link to what's on the website here on the webinar page. You can have a banner on the side, and it goes to the page where you can actually join the actual challenge. Here, how to build a profitable blog in 21 days or less. David Wood talks about blogging. He was a guy that started blogging from the basement of his parents' house, and he had no money, and he just wrote blog post after blog post, helping people, solving problems, and he built up a subscriber list for himself, built up a name for himself, built up some authority, and you know, he sold complementary products, and it's a very, very simple way to do it. I was actually talking last night with a couple of guys who I know from my social circles, but they, not on social media, but in real life, and these guys are, one of them was just like, he's talking about he wants to do movie directing, another one was talking about how he had an idea for an offline business like motorcycles or something like that. And when I asked him the question, well, have you got a website? Do you have a blog? You know, somewhere I can go? And they both of them said, no, we don't have that. And I was amazed, you know, how many people out there don't have a blog, don't have some way to actually present themselves in an effective way. And you know, to me that just seems incredible, because you know, you need somewhere to refer people to. When I get a question about a certain topic, whatever, I just refer them to my blog, or I put them at the bottom of my signature when I send out an email. You know, if for more information or to follow me, go to my blog and check out all the great content that we're putting out there. Go to lisaandjeremy.com and see some of our blog posts. And my wife blogs a lot about, as you can see on the website there, a lot about mummy stuff, like being a mum, and that's her passion. And I reward her for it. I don't reward her, but I encourage her to do that, because that's really what she knows about. She's so good at it, and she has many great little tips. But now she's also learning about online business and how mums can actually, she's into that niche where mummy bloggers, where they can start a little home-based business and actually get themselves set up with a blog and blogging about what they're passionate about. And so anybody can do this. It doesn't take a lot of technical skill. Collage has made it very, very simple to do that. And you can actually start blogging about whatever you're into. It could be designing figurines and painting little figurines, playing Dungeons and Dragons, playing games. It doesn't really matter. That could be your passion. You can blog about that. With the Collage platform, however, the 21-Day Blogging Challenge, let's have a look at that now quickly. I'll just show you the plugin itself, because when you actually get into it, you can see that actually there's a video here. The plugin itself gives you the topic of the day, and it gives you something to blog about. And all you do is sort of mold it to your own personality. So this is tutorials. So if you go down here, this is what the Collage platform looks like. We're under Collage Premium here. And if you go down here down to tutorials, there's different tutorials of how to use the blogging system itself. But if you go under 21-Day Plugin Tutorials, you've got 3 different videos here. How to create a post, number 1, how to control the day that you're on, and how to do a call to action, how to set up your own call to actions, or how to use the existing call to actions. If you're an affiliate of Empower Network, for example, you can put a little call to action at the end of your post. And it's like a little graphic banner at the bottom of your post that sort of bridges whatever the content that you have on there across to blogging and how to make money online and do this sort of thing. So it's a very easy sell. You don't need to sell anything. You just talk about whatever it is you're passionate about, and the blog sort of does the rest. So the idea of this whole concept, guys, is to blog about something that's interesting out there for people, blog up and share that around to your friends and family and contacts, and they come back and read your post. And you're going to give good value on the post. But by the very fact that they're coming back to your website, your piece of real estate once again, they're going to see other stuff on that blog. They're going to read your blog post probably primarily, and they're going to like it, and hopefully they'll like it. And they're going to see that, okay, you know what you're talking about. Once they've read it, they kind of, you've built that relationship a little bit in their minds. So they're going to look around. They're going to see a banner on the side of your blog, for example. And you can see here on our blog, if you look at Lisa and Jeremy, you've got, I wrote this blog post August this year about what's the difference between WordPress and Collatu. So if somebody's looking, they've heard of Collatu, that they don't understand what it is, and they don't understand why they just use WordPress, which for a lot of people's mind, hey, why don't I just use free WordPress? It's free. Collatu costs $25 a month. Why would I pay that money to actually use it? And so I wrote this blog post about what's the difference between Collatu and WordPress. Sorry, I kind of helped my wife. She's the publisher. She took the credit for it. It does say Lisa Gard there. That's fine. But when they're reading the blog post here, and we've got to get more stuff on the side here. We need to update this website with a bit of slack with it. But you know, there's a banner here. We can people can get some more information on on the business that we use, how to actually make money from home, and it's addressing a certain people that kind of have tried to make money from home, but they kind of don't know how to get started. So there's a live webcast training that reveals a simple system that almost anyone can use to start making money from home. Click here to register. A little bit of a banner ad. Now at the bottom of the post, if you scroll all the way to the bottom, it's kind of a long one here. You've got another one. You can share. Share this. This is the call to action on this particular post. It's share this post with a friend. But there might be some other call to actions where it sort of talks about, if you want to learn how to do XYZ on the internet, then click here. You've also got these other posts you can update and put these, if you like this post, you may also like these ones. All this usual blogging stuff that you'll expect to see on a blog post. You've also got a form here. People want to join our mailing list and get some updates on our, we've got here family updates, Project Family Freedom that we talk about. And we sort of post things out to our list all the time. We've also got where does this go? Perfect storm of opportunity. I think this was a video that Dave Wood put out just recently. Yep, goes to a landing page there, and then people can enter their email, they join our list. So again, we put the link in there, and it basically it's a very unobtrusive link, but if someone's reading the post, they're probably going to see it, and hopefully they click on it. So guys, that's blogging in a nutshell. This post here I'll direct you to because it is a good one. If you just go to lisaandjeremy.com, what's the difference between WordPress and Collatu? It's a post that I made about the differences between WordPress and how easy it is to set up a Collatu blogging system. And it talks about the features of the 21-day blogging challenge. And one of the main things, and I'll just talk a bit about the content of this particular article, is the achievements as you get along the way. You can set up a blog post and as you progress through the 21-day challenge, you unlock these particular little achievements. So again, it's like a little personal challenge, if nothing else, that you want to, you got to get to the next achievement, right? So you want to unlock this particular post. And it might be something like, oh, you've made a blog post. This one was tagging a friend, blogging machine first. And if you hover over it, it tells you what it is. Let me show you actually what that looks like. So in the back office, you just click on 21-day blogging challenge. You can see here that the last challenge was completed, and you've got our achievements down the bottom here. Now, there's a couple that we haven't achieved for some reason. What's this one? So if you hover over it, published a post sharing quotes. So you might have missed that one, for example. We don't do it every single day. If we're not in part of, we didn't do the last particular challenge. We are keen to do this one because it's the end of the year. We're doing a lot of videos at the moment, so we want to do this video challenge. So we've unlocked the other one. So this was the published a post sharing YouTube videos. We've unlocked that one. We're publishing a post now sharing quotes. So we want to get together some good quotes that are helpful to people, and we're going to publish a blog post about different quotes on a certain topic. Level 2 achievements. This is one we haven't unlocked here. Share a post on Twitter and Facebook. Well, we usually do. I think you just have to click on the links that reside within the post. Level 3, what have we got here? Survived 1 week of the challenge. Generally, we would have done that. Survived week 2 of the challenge. Completed the 21-day blogging challenge. Completed the 21-day blogging challenge twice. This is a very new site, so we haven't completed it twice yet. But as you can see here, this is the plugin itself. When you're ready to get started, which will be tomorrow, I'm going to click on the start button tomorrow. But you can do it at any time. It doesn't really matter when you do it. And you can change your call to actions here. You can have the ready to go call to actions because these are already done for you. I'll click on that. I'll just show you what it looks like. You can see here there's different banners that you can use on your blog posts, for example. But this, again, this is more, I mean, apart from these ones, comment below or share your thoughts or what do you think, you can just put these at the end of your post. But there's also ones, and there's stuff in Spanish as well, but there's also ones that are related specifically to Empower Network affiliates that you might want to use to actually say, yeah, you want access to get the same blogging platform used by industry and 6- and 7-figure earners, and want to click here to see it. There's a bit of a banner there you can use as well. So call to actions are really important, or you can make your own call to actions there. But starting the challenge and getting started tomorrow, I hope you can join us. I'm going to wind it up there, guys, because as I said, I don't want to make this a long webinar. I've been talking now for 45 minutes. I hope you've got some value from this. If you have any questions, like I said, just hit me up in the comments below. But also, more importantly, just get involved with us. Get involved in the 21-day challenge with us. It doesn't take a lot of effort. It doesn't cost anything. And what you can start to do is start to really see some good results from your blogging. And if nothing else, you'll get an education about blogging. So let me just, sorry guys, you can see what I'm clicking around here. I just wanted to see if there's any comments down there at the moment. Obviously not, because we're at a strange time of the day. But hopefully we can get some. If you have any feedback or questions about what we're doing here, then please feel free to hit me up on Facebook. Feel free to comment on the page here. But guys, thanks very much for joining us. Like I said, the next step for you, if you wanted to find out more information about this challenge and find out more about the system that we use to make your blog profitable, and I haven't gone into too much of that. I'm sort of conscious of the time. But there's ways of actually inputting your Google Analytics in there. I'm not going to sort of go through how to do all that or how to promote your post. Yes, you want to share it on social media. There's all sorts of other things like backlinking and different blogging strategies. And I'm actually going to be blogging about those the next 21 days. So if nothing else, get on our list. If you received an email from me, you're already on our list. And you're going to be seeing some emails about the topic of blogging over the next 21 days. So what I want to try and do is share with you how to actually, I might write a blog post over the next few days of how to actually promote your blog post in the most efficient way, how to actually get it out there. And I've had blog posts that have been shared around so much that, maybe I've had 5,000 views, for example, on a YouTube video, and that relates to more link juice in my actual blog post itself, because the YouTube video is getting ranked. The YouTube video has a link back to my blog post. And so it pushes the blog post up in the search engines as well. I'm also going to cover a little bit in the blog post about SEO, how to actually optimize your blog post with keywords and how to do keyword research, that sort of thing. It's a lost art. These days, a lot of people don't think it's of any value. I think there is still an important part of blogging is to actually make keywords within your blog post and make sure that the search engines can read it properly and actually list you properly in the search engine. So I think it's very important. I'm actually going to put out some content around that. At the end of the day, guys, it's a lifestyle business. You don't want to spend too long on this stuff. Do your 21-day blogs, 21 blogs with a little bit of a video, but blog about stuff that you're really interested in. Blog about your lifestyle. We blog about, I was in the pool today doing a video. Blog about the end result, not the journey. You don't want to get caught up too much in the detail. Yes, I'm going to perhaps blog about some of the technical aspects of blogging, but at the end of the day, we only blog. The purpose of our blog is to attract attention to us so we can make a sale. Hopefully you've connected with us in a certain way that you're interested in what we actually are doing here. And you might click on one of our links and buttons and actually get involved with us and see how we're actually making money so I can work from home. The way I quit the corporate job 12 months ago, now it's 18 months ago now. I quit my corporate job and now I'm working from home and I do blogging. I don't just do blogging, but I do other stuff as well. But, marketing on the internet. We run a business on the internet. Now, blog is at the core of everything. So I'm going to leave you with that thought. Our blog is our kind of business card to the world, if you like. So make it look good, make it appealing to people. And if somebody finds you on the internet, they're going to search around. They're going to look for other things that you've done. So you want to make sure that what you're writing and what you're putting out there is of good quality. Don't rush it. Don't put spammy stuff out there with 100 links in every blog post. People are going to see that and they're going to go, oh, he's just here to sell me something. What I'm all about is actually putting out good value and really kind of connecting with my readers, connecting with my subscribers. And it doesn't work every time. I don't succeed at it every single time. I'm getting better all the time at it. And I'm getting better at doing these videos and these webinars, hopefully, because I'm speaking from my heart and my mind. Heart, mind, do that in reverse. So that's what this is all about, I suppose. It's really just being passionate about something and sharing it with the world. And what we're sharing is Project Family Freedom. We want to free as many families as we can over the next 12 months from the grind of actually having to go to a job. I love working here with my daughter around the place. Yes, I was a bit angry with her before and because she was coming in interrupting, but she needs to learn that daddy's, when the door's closed, daddy's in the office working and doing something important. Here she comes again. Come in, darling. Come and say hello to the people. All right. Come in. Come on. Dinner's ready. Oh, there you go. Perfect opportunity. Come on and say hello. This is my little pride and joy. Here she is, little Lily. Say hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, she does talk normally, usually. But you can look up here, darling. Here's the camera. So we're going to leave it there, guys. Thanks very much for joining us. From the Guard family to yours, get involved in the 21-day challenge, 21 blogging challenge. It's a lot of fun. If nothing else, you'll get some great new skills, make some new friends, and you might make some money along the way as well if you join our business. So click on the link on this page, ask me any questions that you might have, and I'll see you next week. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Bye for now.